Man, the media literacy is insane with the older generation. What up, it's Cactus Dave. I want to tell you guys a story just about a sauna experience I had. I live in MAGA country, and I'm not MAGA. I'm pro people. I'm on the team of the people. You know, I'm on the team of let's pay our workers a little bit. You know what I mean? But it's crazy, man. I've been doing good with my gym situation, and some of my me time at the gym is sitting in the sauna. And you got a bunch of the older dudes who are angry and divorced, who just are spewing the InfoWars MAGA conspiracies and stuff like that. But it's crazy to me, the cognitive dissonance and just the ability to like shut down the critical thought when it comes to politics. Because you have the Musk lovers. Like one guy, like he brought up like something about a Tesla protest or something like that, and snowflakes and all that, and I'm just like, okay, here we go. And I've been I don't know what it is, but I've been more confident. I think it's maturing of being more confrontational, and not like the confrontational where I'm like, bleep you, you're an idiot, but I'll just kind of speak my mind and I'll be honest about things. And I'm not too worried about what other people think of me. So I was sitting in this sauna with a bunch of 50-year-old InfoWars single divorced dads on Trendball, and they were saying all the talking points, all the talking points. They were talking about how crazy liberals are because there was a liberal or leftist couple that went to ISIS who rode bikes in ISIS country and got killed. And I was sitting, doing all that stuff and saying all those things, and I was just like, okay, there's people who do stupid things on both sides of the aisle, you know what I mean? And it's interesting, like, they're caping for Elon Musk, and it's so funny how people think that the billionaires who are caping and canvassing for their candidate are not the evil billionaires. The only evil ones are the ones who are on the other side of the aisle as on the other team. And it's crazy how we've been convinced as a country that any of these people give a crap about us. And what's so funny is everyone became so pro Elon, like the MAGA people became so pro Elon, and it's the same people who were just in love with petrol 6 months ago, saying electric cars are for sissies, and then all of a sudden they're pro Cybertruck. That's just crazy. But anyways, to the media illiteracy, man, this guy was just talking to me about all these things that he knew, and he was saying that Mexico is a narco-terrorist state. And I said to him, I was like, he's like, they're the ones that are going to be falling into a fully narco-terrorist state. They're going to be the first country who's in a narco-terrorist state completely or whatever. And I was like, oh, well, I know of a country. I know of a country who's a narco-terrorist state. And he's like, which one? I was like, United States of America. It's funny when you start using people's own arguments against them, but I was like, United States of America. He's like, oh, you're talking about Big Pharma? I was like, yeah, and the U.S. government and the CIA. I mean, talk about the crack epidemic, right? Planting drugs. What about propping up, propping up drug lords? Yeah, yada, yada, yada. Just using the logic against them. And they're like, yeah, well, I'm against Big Pharma, but, it's different. And I was like, have you ever been to Mexico? Like, no. I'm like, my brother-in-law goes to Mexico all the time, and, he's a world traveler. And it's honestly not that bad. I mean, that's what you're going to see on the news, but it's all sensational. He's like, well, I play both sides of the aisle. When I get to the gym, when I start out, I watch Fox News, and then I watch MSNBC just to get both sides. I'm like, well, that's your problem, man. Those news outlets aren't really trying to give you news. They're trying to get your attention. They're trying to get you angry and zoned out, man. And I start using like the conspiratory mindset, but subvert it in a way to where I'm saying everything this person believes, or all the conspiracy-minded things, but to subvert the general talking point, And I was like, yeah, no, USA is a narco-terrorist state. And And they're like, yeah. And then they're talking about drug prices. And I'm like, this guy's telling me like, yeah, well, my daughter died because she needed this thing and the drug prices were high. And he's like, but there's a difference between corruption and, I don't know, narco-terrorism. There's a difference between corruption and whatever's going on in Mexico. And I was like, yeah, one of them's legal and one of them's not legal. That's the only difference. Innocent people are dying no matter what. Think about your daughter, man. Your daughter was killed in the name of profits. What are drug companies, legal and illegal, trying to do? The same thing. Make that money, get that control, and run the country. So it was just funny, man. It was just funny. And then the guy was telling me, he's like, well, I saw this story on Facebook about this thing happening. I can't even remember what it was because it was a couple days ago. And he's like, you can look it up on YouTube. You can look it up on YouTube and verify that the story's true. And I was like, you think YouTube is giving you good information all the time? And everyone's like, and then all the guys like, yeah, I don't know about YouTube. And I was like, guess where the biggest flat earth conspiracy content is? YouTube.com. So I don't know. I think that's where you're going wrong, man. I think you're getting information from the wrong place. But it was just a crazy exchange, and then I was just like, okay, I gotta peace out later, guys. But man, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. People will believe anything and everything. And the main point I was trying to get at, was, I just had a crazy day, and I was just trying to, shoot the what in the sauna. But the main thing that I was just kind of doing was like trying to like send out the message of look, none of these people care about you. They're telling you that all the other countries are an S-hole so that you'll overlook all the problems we have in our country. And oh my gosh, the sun is so bright. In order to keep you down, using the big, and even some guys like, I don't even believe in all the conspiracies. I just follow the money. And I'm like, well, where'd the money go? Why do you think Elon Musk donated? If you follow the money, Elon Musk donated like $350 million to the Trump campaign. What's that money for? You think it's for us? You think it's to protect himself? You think it's an investment in his own safety? But I guess the point of the matter is that, man, like, people are just like ridiculous for thinking that anybody in power truly cares about them on both sides of the aisle. And it's time we kind of woke up to this. And my point is really just about class solidarity, man. Like, even if you make $100K and someone makes $700K a year, in the grand scheme of things, the $700K a year person makes a penny more than you in the grand scheme of things. And, these ultra rich and ultra wealthy people who are so unhappy and about everything, so unhappy, even though they have all the money in the world, they're looking for something else, and that's manifested itself in power. And even it's just crazy to me that these people who love veterans, who love World War II, they'll cape for Elon showing the, NAZI salute. And man, that really shows that you've never been on the internet, because I've been on the internet so long, and I've been to the ugly corners of the internet so many times. I knew exactly what that was, man. He's just a edgelord to the extreme. And people are all of a sudden like, they don't have a disdain for that kind of behavior all of a sudden, because the people you like are telling you that it's okay, It's just wild to me. It's just fascinating. But it just shows you how media illiterate and sad and uneducated our country is right now. And I'm not trying to be like, I almost made a wrong turn. I'm not trying to be like a hater on people. Like, we get it. I want everyone to have a better life, and I want people to make enough money. That's like kind of my whole thing. I don't give a crap who it is. If it's Trump, so be it. Wonderful. If my kid gets a good education because Trump was the president, or Trump wasn't the president, I'm happy as a clam. Doesn't matter to me. But none of these people do anything for us. So, what are your thoughts? Call in the voicemail hotline, 619-800-5622, link in description. Like, comment, subscribe. What are we doing? What are we doing? We used to be pro-veteran, and then we go cape for the guy who shows a salute of the people who killed our great grandpa's best friend in World War II. You know what I mean? Why does that make it okay? All right, like, comment, subscribe. Love y'all. Peace. Stay human.